Good afternoon now, everybody. Thank you for coming. Today really is a difficult and sad day for the state of Connecticut. It's a disappointing day, frankly, for Democratic leadership, and I would say more for the governor. This is an individual and a governor that has ran on fiscal responsibility, ran on being a hawk on the budgets, ran on the fiscal guardrails, particularly the spending cap. He campaigned across the state promising to voters that he would maintain the guardrails, maintain the cap, not increase your taxes, and today he's told you exactly otherwise in a declaration. He's given it all up. And frankly, we were together with him in this fight to maintain those guardrails. We were together with him in this fight to maintain the spending cap in place and not breaking it. And with a little pressure from Democratic leadership, he caved. I can tell you one group of people that will not be caving is the men and women behind me right here. We maintain that we should not go by the spending cap, and we should abide by the fiscal guardrails. We will always do that, because what he is doing today is telling all of you back home, your taxes are being raised. Get your pocketbooks and your wallets ready. You're going to give over more of your money to the state of Connecticut. I have seen it individually as a legislator. When I was in the House, I saw back-to-back record income tax increases. Middle-class families across our state and small businesses are going to be crushed by what's going to happen when we blow by these spending caps. Because what it's telling the people of the state of Connecticut, we could do it once, we could do it next year, we could do it the year after that, and what happens when you increase your spending, magically, your taxes are going to increase. So what Governor Lamont is telling the people of the state today is that you're going to increase your taxes, period. Get ready to pay them. And we're standing here to say no. There's an alternative option to addressing these deficits, and we're going to present that to you. And we'll always be the group of people in the Republican Party standing against violations of guardrails, violations of spending caps, and increase in taxes. So with that, I'm going to introduce our Appropriations Ranking Member, Senator Heather Summers.
Good afternoon. I hope you can hear me okay. I want to just echo what our great leader has said today. It's really disappointing that we have a governor who has literally folded like a lawn chair over this. Just last week he said he was going to maintain our guardrails. They were so important. In 23 we came in, we had an e-certed bill to maintain the guardrails. We haven't made it through one biennium and we're already violating them. I think it's really important to keep in mind that this is not our money. This is the Connecticut taxpayers' money. There is a way to fix Medicaid. We all agree here that Medicaid is an important service that we provide for our citizens of the state of Connecticut, but we have room underneath our spending cap, and we can take lapses to make the need fulfilled. This budget, or this bill that you're going to see today, doesn't even take care of all the deficiencies. And what we're looking at is Republicans understand that 1 + 1 = 2. The Democrats in the state of Connecticut think 1 + 1 = $300 million for them to spend on whatever they want to spend. It's not only violating the guardrails that we hear about, but it's violating the trust that we have put in us as legislators from the citizens of Connecticut. They trusted us to abide by what we passed. From 1991 to 2017, we didn't abide by anything. And guess what happened? We had the 2 largest tax increases in Connecticut history. We do not want to go back, and that's where we are. It's really disappointing that we have a governor who has been supposedly a stalwart in saying that these guardrails and what we passed is sacrosanct, and we've seen him just cave under pressure from his party. We see that in Washington, or we have. I'm really disappointed that we've seen that here in the state of Connecticut. He is supposed to be a fiscal conservative. That's what he's run on, that's what he has stood for, and what we have today is just an overrun of a spending spree by the Democratic Party. And this does not even account for what the budget is that you're all going to see, that is going to be way over what we can be able to afford. And where do we pay for it? On the backs of the hardworking citizens of the state of Connecticut that are already overburdened. They're overtaxed, they're overburdened, and what do they get for it? They get high energy costs. They get schools that are failing. They get a criminal justice system that is broken. It's time for us to look in the mirror and stop what is happening today. There are alternatives that we can use and that can fix the deficit that we're seeing and make sure everybody on Medicaid is taken care of, and that's what we're going to present to you later today. Thank you. I'm going to introduce Senator Ryan Fazio.
Good afternoon. 2025 will be unfortunately remembered as the year that the little fiscal responsibility that existed in the state of Connecticut died. Today's spending increases are tomorrow's middle-class tax increases. That simple. The spending cap exists in this state for a very simple reason. It says that this state government cannot increase spending year to year by more than the increase in our taxpayers see their incomes grow. Today, we are increasing spending by more than that spending cap, which means that in future years, middle-class taxpayers will see their taxes go up yet again. That is unacceptable in the second highest tax state in the country that saw major tax increases to the tune of billions of dollars in 2009, 2011, and 2015. It was because of those major unprecedented tax increases that we implemented these budget guardrails, including the spending cap in 2017. And because of that, we haven't seen the multi-billion-dollar tax increases since. But because of the actions that will be taken today by the majority party, because of the actions that will be taken in the budget where they will break even more of these budget guardrails, you can count on it in Connecticut. They will be raising your taxes very soon as middle-class residents in Connecticut. And we do not have to do this in this way today. We do not have to break the spending cap. There is enough areas of the state government, according to the governor's own OPM, where the state government is under budget in certain departments. That money can be shifted to the areas where we are over budget, and we can still come in around the spending cap. The only emergency in this building is that Democrats need an excuse to grow government by even more and raise your taxes by even more. This is a self-manufactured crisis in order to raise taxes and spending, mark my words. And the last and perhaps most important sin is that Democratic leaders in this state capitol are breaking their promises that they've made over and over again to protect the budget guardrails, to protect taxpayers. They are breaking the public trust in addition to breaking those fiscal guardrails. This is a very unfortunate day in the state of Connecticut. We will stand for taxpayers and fiscal responsibility as Republicans, no matter what the Democrats do.
So thank you again, Senator Fazio and Senator Summers. I think added a lot of good points to why we stand in the position we stand today. Frankly, I would rate the governor's performance F here in terms of just basically collapsing in front of the weight of the Democratic Party. Senator Fazio made a great point in saying that the real emergency is Democrats need more money, and this is a ploy to do it. And I cannot believe that the governor has just folded like a lawn chair. Remember when he came to your door or community event and he told you he was going to be a fiscal conservative and basically implemented policies here today in 2025 that rolled over to the Democratic majority and basically said, go ahead, take more of the people's hard-earned money from the state of Connecticut. And it's not lost on me that the screaming you hear in the background is SEIU. So how is this all going to set up here? We're now increasing the spending cap in this fiscal year, and we're going to have an organization in this budget year we're going to have to pay, or the upcoming budget year, that we're going to have to pay their increase in contracts. The statement on the headlines today in reporting, whether it be newspaper or TV, should be tax increases coming your way, get ready. Because that's exactly what's going to happen here. And the governor has folded like a tent. And because the Democrats need more money to spend. As Senator Fazio mentioned, this is only to get more money. There are ways, and we're going to see here in the Senate when we vote on our amendment, you can address the Medicaid deficit without going over the spending cap. So if you overspend the spending cap once, you could do it next year and the year after, and we're seeing that operate right here in this building today. It is a shame. It is a shame. I truly supported those guardrails, particularly the spending cap, and when you see it overridden in this manner, it basically means we don't care, we're not going to abide by them any longer. We are going to stand here and abide by them because we know it's going to keep the hard-earned money of our constituents in their pockets, and that's all that truly matters to us. So.